Hey everybody, it's the Walker. So what are you doing today? Well, I think what we'll do today is I'll show you how to open a coconut Hurricane Irma style. Now, Irma is a nice grandmotherly, matronly name, but unfortunately, there ain't nothing nice about her. So let me show you some of the things I seen in Southwest Florida that she did during her short, but rather unpleasant stay. So it's quite a mess some places. Let's get ourselves a coconut. We could twist one of these off, but you know, there's one right here on the ground. Shake it, and hear coconut water in there. That's kind of what we want. I think by this hurricane debris, it's kind of a good place to do this. You know, there isn't a lot of rocks here. I've seen other videos where people, you know, they have all this nice beach full of rocks. We don't have any rocks. So, assuming that the walkway has not been taken by the storm surge, that's an assumption right there, we will smash this thing against the walkway repeatedly to try to cause a stress fracture on this husk. I just drive straight down on it. Come in, you. There we go. All right. And just keep doing that for a while. We're in no hurry here. You can see the first fracture right there. It's splitting along there. Whoops. More splits. Here we are. Few more whacks, and then we'll have it'll be fractured enough that we can tear this apart by our hands. Well, there. When the bouncing seems to go down, when it stops bouncing as much, that's a good sign. Also the fractures that you can see right there now in the husk. That's all split open right there. Basically, we're using gravity to do the work for us. I think we can now get access to this coconut. For those of you who've never seen the inside of what looks like, unless I'm mistaken, a royal palm. I could be wrong though. And here we are. I recommend a nice shady spot to get out of that Florida sun. So first, let's get the coconut out of our pack. There we are. Now, we've already repeatedly smashed it against the ground. So basically at this point, it'll just tear right open. Like that. Well, it's husk around it, but it'll go. There's some more. There we go. Just keep tearing at this. Expose the inner coconut. You know, I can hear the juice in there. Even though this looks green, back home, something this green would be a disaster to eat. Like if I was working a green walnut. But you know, if it's got a little brown on it, you know, with a little green, it's okay, you know. At least that's been my experience. Main thing is we want to make sure it has nice juice in there. That nice, delicious, I think it's termed coconut milk. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Coconut water, whatever. Want to make sure it's in there, and this is good coconut. So we ripped away the husk fairly easy with after repeated smacking against the walkway or sidewalk. You can use a street too. Rocks are, of course, in short supply around here. So now, how do we get to the life-saving liquid? You know, if the hurricane hit full on, this might be your only fluid. So how do we do it? Well, it's all a matter of having the proper kit. Now, I've seen some videos where they follow a line like this, and then they hit on a rock and it splits evenly, they pop it and they drink the juice. That's not how we do it Irma style. Let me show you the kit you're gonna need. You're gonna need some vice grips and a very large nail, like a really big one. You're gonna need a stainless steel straw. You're gonna need a little funnel, a butter knife, and a hammer. Let me show you. First thing, put our kit aside. We want to make sure we don't lose this gear. There's two little eye things, little mouth thing right there. Going with this meaty stuff. We're going to target this one. So we put this down here. A lot of times you can use your feet to stabilize it, but I think this ground might work too. Take our large nail. The hammer. There we go. Now we've driven it right in to repeated hammer strikes on the top. Gotta be careful. We don't want to go through and ruin have the juice leak out the bottom. So you just want to, at this point, you want to widen the hole a bit, like go like this. There we go. Take the rum, pour it in there, then we allow it to funnel its way down. There we are. If it gets stuck a little bit, just squirt it around, allow some air to escape in there, and it will work its way through. And the rum will fill the area that the coconut water hasn't. Now the question, of course, is how much rum do I actually put in there, especially in a survival situation such as Hurricane Irma recovery? That's an excellent question. I think the litmus test for that is how much the recovery is going to cost. For example, look at that number right there. I don't know if you can see it, but that's just for the roof, and we have $71,970.92. There it is. That's the estimate to fix the roof of the building behind me. There we go. It's going to take a lot of booze to take the edge off that, right? You know, by the time we're done here, 100K, easy. Figure in a nice deductible of $20,000 combined with the screw-in that you just know. You know for a fact the adjuster's going to give you because you're vulnerable, you're weak. The adjuster, those insurance companies, they're going to put the screw to you. You know they're going to screw it in real good. So by the time you're done, it's probably going to cost you 50K, maybe more. That's if you were. That's if, of course, if Irma was kind enough to leave you a house. She doesn't always do that, you know. Sometimes she'll take the whole roof right off, storm surge the house away. So, but I think for me popping in 100 grand worth of bills, I'd recommend a lot of rum in this. Now, you're going to find out the reason why we chose the stainless steel straw. It's very simple. See that? It doesn't get bound up. Oh, man, it's good. That takes the edge right off the storm cleanup. Takes the edge right off. God, it's good. So let me finish this, and then we'll show you how to get to the meat of the coconut. There we go. This is a good spot. See how it splits? See that? Perfect. There we go. We've fractured the coconut cleanly. How to get out that delicious meat. Now, ordinarily, there's a saying that a dull knife is more dangerous than a sharp knife. This is the exception. Figuring at this point you're probably suffering from post-Irma stress syndrome, otherwise known as PISS. And you've had probably too much rum to take the edge off. I'm going to recommend a butter knife for this. Basically take the knife, pry it like that. There's a coconut meat. It's excellent. Good. Now I want to pry it, get it underneath the, just work it. You can see what I'm talking about. And the meat snaps like that. Separates from the shell. Let's get the knife back in there. See what I'm talking about? Sharp knife. Cleaves cleanly away. You know, it wouldn't take much to stab yourself. Delicious. Now, naturally, my advice, give me a second on this. My advice, if they have the mandatory evacuation, it's delicious. Take the evacuation, right? Don't hang out. You know, this area was an evacuation area. Second landfall occurred right here on mainland U.S. Actually, first landfall on mainland U.S. The other one's the Keys. But you get this is good. Hold on. You know, you get the evacuation order, take it. But if for some reason you're caught out, my advice is don't wait for the hurricane to get the tools you need. To do this job after the fact. Have all your ducks in a row. Excellent. So if you like what you're seeing, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and you all have a great day.